Hey everybody, welcome back to the workshop. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's near and dear to my heart, essential tools for electronics work. No matter if you're just starting out tinkering with circuits or you're a seasoned pro designing complex systems, having the right tools by your side can make all the difference. We're talking about those trusty companions that help you bring your electronic ideas to life. So let's gear up and explore the must-have tools for any electronics enthusiast. All right, let's kick things off with the undisputed king of electronics tools, the soldering iron. This is your go-to tool for creating those all-important electrical connections between components. Now, not all soldering irons are created equal. You're going to want one with adjustable temperature settings. Why is that important, you ask? Well, different solder types and component sensitivities require different temperatures. Too hot and you risk damaging delicate components. Too cold and you'll end up with weak, unreliable connections. Trust me, a good adjustable soldering iron is worth its weight in gold. And remember, practice makes perfect. Don't be afraid to experiment on some scrap components to get a feel for the right temperature and technique. Next up, we have the trusty multimeter, your go-to tool for diagnosing and troubleshooting circuits. Think of it as your electrical detective, helping you unravel the mysteries of voltage, current, and resistance. A multimeter is essential for checking continuity in circuits, ensuring components are properly connected and identifying any shorts or open circuits. Trust me, having a multimeter on hand can save you countless hours of head-scratching and frustration. Imagine this. You've spent hours building a circuit only to find it's not working. A multimeter can quickly pinpoint the culprit, whether it's a faulty component, a bad connection, or a simple wiring mistake. So, don't be intimidated by this handy tool. There are plenty of user-friendly multimeters out there, and with a little practice, you'll be a circuit sleuthing pro in no time. Now let's talk about wire strippers. These handy tools might seem simple, but they play a crucial role in ensuring clean and reliable electrical connections. Stripping wires is all about precision. You need to remove just the right amount of insulation without damaging the conductive core. That's where adjustable wire strippers come in. With adjustable wire strippers, you can select the appropriate gauge setting for the wire you're working with, preventing accidental cuts or nicks to the wire strands. Damaged wires can lead to increased resistance, signal interference, and even short circuits. So, invest in a good pair of adjustable wire strippers and say goodbye to frayed wires and frustrating connections. In the world of electronics, where components can be incredibly small, you need a tool that can reach into tight spaces and manipulate delicate parts with precision. That's where needle nose pliers come in. These pliers are like extensions of your fingers, giving you the dexterity and grip you need to handle tiny components, bend wires with accuracy, and hold things securely in place while soldering. Whether you're inserting resistors into a breadboard, carefully positioning a surface mount component, or fishing a wire through a tangled mess, needle nose pliers are your trusty companions. Pro tip: look for pliers with a comfortable grip and a smooth jaw action to prevent fatigue during long soldering sessions. Now let's talk about screwdrivers. You might think a screwdriver is just a screwdriver, but when it comes to electronics, having the right screwdriver for the job is crucial. Electronic devices are held together by a dizzying array of screw heads. Phillips, flathead, Torx, hex, you name it. Using the wrong screwdriver can damage the screw head, making it incredibly frustrating to remove or tighten. That's why having a comprehensive screwdriver set is essential. Look for a set that includes various sizes and types of screwdriver heads to cover all your bases. Trust me, having the right screwdriver for the job will save you a lot of headaches and stripped screws down the line. Next up, we have the breadboard, your electronics playground. Breadboards are prototyping essentials, allowing you to test out circuit designs without the permanence of soldering. Think of a breadboard as a temporary canvas for your electronic creations. It's a solderless way to connect components and see how they interact. This is especially helpful when you're experimenting with new ideas or learning the basics of circuit design. Breadboards have rows of holes that are internally connected, allowing you to easily plug in components and jumper wires to create circuits. You can test different component combinations, swap things around, and troubleshoot your designs without reaching for the soldering iron. Once you're happy with your circuit on the breadboard, you can then transfer it to a more permanent form, like a printed circuit board. Wire cutters might seem self-explanatory, but having a good pair dedicated to electronics work is crucial. When you're working with small components in tight spaces, you need wire cutters that provide clean, precise cuts. Dull cutters can crush and deform wires, leading to poor connections and potential signal problems. Look for wire cutters specifically designed for electronics work. They typically have smaller cutting jaws for finer control and are made from high-quality materials that stay sharp over time. Remember, clean cuts equal reliable connections. Even the most experienced electronics enthusiasts make mistakes from time to time. That's where a desoldering pump or wick comes in handy. These tools are your saviors when it comes to correcting soldering errors, removing unwanted components, or simply cleaning up messy solder joints. A desoldering pump, also known as a solder sucker, uses a spring-loaded vacuum to remove molten solder from a joint. It's particularly useful for through-hole components. A desoldering wick, on the other hand, is a braided copper wire coated in flux. You place the wick over the solder joint, apply heat with your soldering iron, and the wick draws the molten solder away, leaving a clean connection. Having both a desoldering pump and wick in your toolkit gives you the flexibility to tackle a wider range of desoldering tasks. In the world of electronics, precision is key. That's where a good pair of tweezers comes in handy. Tweezers are essential for handling small components, placing them with accuracy, and even cleaning delicate surfaces. Look for tweezers with fine tips for maximum precision. Anti-magnetic tweezers are particularly useful when working with sensitive components that could be affected by magnetism. Whether you're carefully placing a surface mount component on a circuit board, removing a tiny screw from a tight spot, or cleaning debris from a delicate connector, a good pair of tweezers is an indispensable tool in your electronics arsenal. Last but not least, we have the power supply. The power supply is the heart of your electronics workbench, providing the necessary juice to bring your circuits to life. A variable power supply is especially useful as it allows you to adjust the voltage and current output to match the requirements of your projects. This is crucial for testing different circuits, powering motors, and ensuring your components are operating within their specified voltage ranges. When choosing a power supply, consider the voltage and current requirements of your projects. It's always a good idea to have a power supply with a bit of headroom in terms of power output to accommodate future projects. And there you have it, folks, 10 essential tools that will empower you to tackle a wide range of electronics projects. Remember, having the right tools not only makes your work easier and more efficient, but also helps you achieve better results. Invest in quality tools and they'll serve you well for countless projects to come. So go forth, experiment, create, and never stop learning. Happy tinkering, everyone!